For decades, painting was my best friend because I had a lot to say and I had no way to say it. I grew up in a really difficult family situation and I was literally unable to speak my truth. And so the artwork was this nonverbal way that I could express myself. I've done art my entire life. I started as a little kid on my dad's shirt cardboards. My brother and I he would give us each 2 shirt cardboards every 2 days and we would each draw on them and then we would rush downstairs and give them to our parents to hopefully to become ecstatic over. I always used to paint 2 different genres. One was from life. I loved, landscapes and figures in picnics. And then I also always painted from this powerful emotional source, this deep passion. And there was a point in 1984 actually when I realized that I could paint my memories. I became aware that I could not remember my past at all. I had no recollection of my entire childhood. And I had no recollection of what happened the year before. And I happened to have read this wonderful article how they discovered the murals in the Newark airport. They had been painted over 22 times and they were able to take off 22 layers of paint. This is Arshile Gorky. I realized that I could use that technique to connect to my own past. And I started with one memory I had, which was a boyfriend. I started to draw him, his name was Scott, and I put him in the high school hallway, and then suddenly all these images started to come up. And so then I really started to discover a terrifically dark past that I had as a child. And I painted that for 20 years maybe. I really went into it. I got a tremendous insight from it. I realized that what I was aiming for was this light, like this, I was searching for this delicate breeze. I always felt like Helen Keller's just searching blindly for some crack in this cave. 25 years later, there's a lot of light in my work. My work is about that transition from darkness to light. I love printmaking because I love to be able to combine these different disparate elements. It tells a different story than just painting, and I can use digitally altered imagery and contemporary imagery juxtaposed with painterly imagery, and it's perfect for me talking about my perception of reality. What I see, what's really out there, what I think I see, and these veils of beliefs and habitual fears that transform what I see. And what I loved about this printmaking was that you can, on the computer, you can break down a photograph. First of all, you can print a photograph, but you can break it down into 4-color separation. You can alter the pixels, and this for me was such a metaphor for my own memories. You know, in order to uncover memories, you sort of have to break them down and deconstruct them. So there's a lot of satisfying metaphor in doing printmaking. I've thought a long time about appropriation. And at first I really didn't approve of it, but when I was getting my master's degree, I really learned to accept it and then to enjoy it and then finally to really do it. So I think our entire culture is about appropriation. This is kind of a classical work that describes what I've been trying to talk about, because on the left-hand side, it's called Light Series Diptych, but on the left-hand side is the powerful passions coming out of the ocean, and then you can see these light sources, these hands. And then on the right side, it's as if this is a kind of like a refocusing of what's going on with those light sources. And there's the strong man, and also these figures, you know, with these, like that cone kind of light coming out of their heads is definitely, I've experienced that. It's kind of like the soul connecting to something higher. Like, how do I really have a spontaneous style? The Zen idea of getting out of our own way and connecting to the super consciousness. And that's what I need to do with this painting. And that, you know, you don't just get that because you want it. For me, this is a time of a huge transition. I'm basically combining all the small things I've experimented and crafted and worked on into big epic paintings. I've always done commercial art because I've done theater backdrops, I've done murals, I've worked with kids, and basically you're pleasing other people, which is fine. I think that's fine, and the more creative you can be in pleasing people and excite them, the better off you are. And I think that in terms of personal work, that work doesn't always make people feel good. They don't make them feel more comfortable. They don't necessarily get it. And so that's the difference. You know, when I do my personal work, I need to be 100% free, honest, and bare all. And not try to please anyone.